Okay, so for those of you who are new to this channel and maybe aren't aware, when I get into the more kind of geek culture things to review, like comic books or video games and the like, I tend to get a lot more into a spoiler territory than I usually do, sometimes even narrating the whole film. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my overall thoughts on the film. There's going to be a break, then there's going to be a big spoiler section, then another break, and then I'll wrap things up, okay? You know what the breaks should be, hopefully. If you, it won't be too hard to figure that out. So, okay. Anyway, my overall thoughts on Scoob, I'm going to be giving it a C. There's some great animation and some good, decent performances, unfortunately, and some nice references, but on top of that, there's just a really pedestrian story that I don't think works well as the building block for any type of cinematic universe, and unfortunately, a lot of the jokes really do fall flat. Whatever interest there could be runs out pretty quickly, and it just becomes a bog standard, overblown Scooby-Doo story with some references to other characters. Not that there's anything wrong with a Scooby-Doo story. I love Scooby-Doo, but if you're looking for, again, if this was supposed to be a building block towards something bigger, I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, it gets a C.
All right, Kellogg's Cinnamon Marshmallow Scooby-Doo cereal, take 22. No, Scooby, that's now with Scooby Marshmallows. Take 23. Does he have the right script?
Ruby Marshmallow.
Scooby Marshmallows.
Ruby Marshmallow.
Scooby.
Ruby
Marshmallows.
Marshmallow.
Scooby.
Ruby. Scoob. Ruby.
Scooby.
Ruby.
Kellogg's Cinnamon Marshmallow Scooby-Doo cereal. It's part of a complete breakfast. Now with Scooby Marshmallows for a limited time.
Just pick it up at Ruby Marshmallow.
Ruby Marshmallow.
What am I saying? Cut.
Okay, so this is the spoiler section, so you've been warned. Just skip ahead to the next ad break, and that's where it'll pop in if you just want to get back to the wrap-up. So anyway, basically this movie is what you see in the trailer. Not there's anything necessarily wrong with it, but everything you see in the trailer with the idea of Scooby and Shaggy finding each other, Shaggy adopting Scooby, and them meeting up with the rest of the gang that eventually forms Mystery Incorporated. Yeah, that's all in like the first 10 minutes of the movie. Scooby steals a load of mutton from a Euro shop, conveniently enough, and as a result of trying to hide from a basically dog catcher / bike cop, he winds up running into Shaggy, who doesn't have any friends and has been basically sent out by his mother to Venice Beach. They're not in Coolsville, which is normally the setting for the Scooby-Doo series, but he's on the beach, and that's where he meets Scooby, and they bond. Shaggy is no longer canonically a vegetarian like he had been up until this point, really. That was something Casey Kasem did, especially in the mid-90s, when he wanted to, it was like basically as a condition for him returning, Shaggy had to be made a vegetarian. And it was made so in the live-action movies with Matthew Lillard. And when Lillard inherited the role from Kasem vocally, he made sure to keep that up too. So, yeah, good job, guys. Anyway, they meet and then the trick-or-treating segment is literally like the same day. That all happens in one day. Them meeting up with Fred, Velma, and Daphne, busting a supposedly haunted house because bullies beat up Shaggy and throw his candy into it, so he's too afraid to go in alone. Turns out it's run by a guy who's running basically a fencing ring, or a fence. He's selling stolen goods, basically. And yeah, that's how that turns out. And we then jump ahead 10 years to, I guess, the modern day, if you want to say. And we get like this nice overview. Sort of they recreate the old Scooby-Doo opening with the original song. So kudos there. Like I said, reference-wise, there's some really good stuff in this. There's a lot, like I said, a lot of references. Obviously, Blue Falcon and Dynamite, Dick Dastardly and Muttley, Grape Ape, Magilla Gorilla, Hong Kong Phooey. Hong Kong Phooey is a video game in this, just so you know. Let's see. Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles, I believe, is also referenced in this. So you do get a lot of those references, but they don't really, outside of a few big key plot points, they don't really mean much. But anyway, the idea is they want to start making Mystery Inc. into more of a legit business because the Mystery Machine needs repairs. I guess they've graduated high school at this point, so they kind of need to start having actual jobs. They can't just be driving around solving mysteries for free anymore. And they've attracted the investment potential, a potential investor in none other than Simon Cowell. Okay. But he sort of points out, like, you know, Velma's the brains, Fred's the gadget guy, the tank. Daphne is I believe she's the conscience, for lack of a better term. But he doesn't see anything in Scooby and Shaggy. They're just blithering idiots who get in the way all the time. The two take it very personally, and they leave, even though the others don't want them to. They go bowling, and it's there they get attacked by a group of shape-changing robots who are under the employ of Dick Dastardly, and Dynamite comes to their rescue. Now this is where it gets weird, because they get brought on board the Falcon Fury. Dynamite is there, and the pilot, who's named Dee Dee, is also there. But Blue Falcon is not Blue Falcon. It is actually Blue Falcon's son, Brian Falcon. And Blue Falcon has retired to Palm Beach. He's not dead. And Brian is trying to find his own way in the world, but he's very kind of goofy and self-absorbed and just kind of, yeah. No, not me. Self-absorbed might not be the best. He's not taking this very seriously. He's more interested in having fun and goofing off than actually trying to be a hero. He doesn't want to get into conflicts, and Dynamite is very judgmental about that. But they know that for some reason Dick Dastardly has been targeting both Shaggy and Scooby, and it turns out that Scooby is a descendant of Paratus, who is Alexander the Great's dog, who, at least when I looked up, was supposed to be either like a greyhound or a bulldog, not a Great Dane, but to each their own, I guess. But still, and because Scooby is a descendant of this, he can open the gates to the underworld where they can access Alexander the Great's vast fortune. And Dastardly had tried something like this with Muttley. He tried to open a backdoor portal, but Muttley wound up getting trapped, or in other words, Dastardly threw him in there, and the portal closed before anything else could happen. And so Dastardly is trying to get back to either get Muttley and or the treasure, most notably the treasure. And so this kind of rocket chase ensues while the other members of Mystery Inc. are working on their own to try to reunite with Shaggy and Scooby. As this is also happening, Shaggy and Scooby have started kind of having a falling out because everyone sees Scooby as being more important now and Shaggy not being as important. And Scooby even takes off his collar, even though he said he never would. Way back, if you remember that scene from the trailer. And they have to start working together. They get lured into another trap by Dastardly. The other members of Mystery Inc. get taken hostage. He needs the 3 skulls of Cerberus to show the way to where the gates to the underworld are located. And the third one is located in Messick Mountain, which is, of course, a reference to the late Don Messick, who was the original voice of Scooby-Doo. And inside Messick Mountain is this island where this prehistoric world still kind of lives, and on that island is Captain Caveman, as well as several other caveman characters. So that's where they meet them, and that's also where the third skull is located. Dastardly basically disguises himself as Fred to infiltrate the group and steal the skull on his own. He kidnaps Scooby as well. And then there's a big fight at the gates of the underworld after they've opened up in Athens, which I'm pretty sure in Greek mythology the gates of the underworld aren't located in Athens, but again, sorry. And from there, basically the group now has to work to reclose the gates because the dead are crossing back over to the land of the living, and that can't happen. Also, Cerberus is attacking people. Cerberus is attacking people, and but Dastardly and Muttley do get reunited. And then afterwards, when everything is fixed, Dastardly is unmasked to reveal to be Simon Cowell, who is then unmasked again and revealed to be Dick Dastardly. So, I guess that's sort of full circle. And then afterwards, the Mystery Inc. gets open their own business. Blue Falcon, I guess, is funding them, maybe. I'm not sure. They do get a new Mystery Machine because the old one was destroyed. And we, over the montage of the credits, we get a few more references. You see Jabberjaw pop up. Great Grape Ape pops up. I'm trying to think. Dastardly Muttley are shown escaping again. What was the other one? Just a sec, I got my notes right here. Here it is. It's Adam Ant. That was the other one I missed. Adam Ant and Johnny Quest also show up during the end credits. But it's not really like a scene or anything. It's just kind of pictures over as the credits roll by. So again, like I said, I don't know how well this really built for any type of cinematic universe like they said they were trying to do. Like I said, overall the movie's fine. It's not terrible. It's rather enjoyable. It's 94 minutes long, so it's not going to eat up a whole lot of your day. Don't know if it was really worth the $25 I paid for it, but yeah, like I said, it was very middle of the road, unfortunately. If you're a big Scooby-Doo fan or even a big fan of the Hanna-Barbera stuff from the 60s and 70s, you will find a lot of the references funny, but like I said, the story overall doesn't hold a lot of weight. So yeah, it's fine. It's not spectacular. It's not drop everything and must see. I would say probably wait for a discount, or if it goes to Netflix for streaming at any point. So, or no, it's going on to HBO Max. So, if you're already subscribed to that, maybe just watch it there. Don't pay the $25. You don't really need that.
Light the lights, man. How do I sound? Introducing Scooby-Doo Mystery Box, new from Nestle.
Guys, did you leave the TV on again?
With a juiced-up mystery flavor in the middle of each one, they're just one of the many ways to give your summer some juice. From Nestle.
Geez, that's good.
Alright, so I know this is normally, again, where I talk about trailers, but I, again, don't have trailers. I will say this. The next video is going to be the random trade review on Volume 1 of The Unwritten. After that, the next movie review is going to be The Lovebirds, and that rounds out the movie reviews for May. There will be one more video in May, that'll be the random trade review after the episode on The Unwritten. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, sorry. Like I said, the next one's The Lovebirds. See you all next time. Hey guys, remember, you can help support my channel at patreon.com/SleepyTimeForCat Productions, where you can help request a movie, even if it's something like, say, Sonic the Hedgehog or the next Purge film. I'll review it.